Kia ora whānau. Warm welcome to another episode from my Bible. As the restrictions begin to ease, what do you reckon the new normal will look like? Today, I want to talk about transitions. I've been reflecting on transitions that we've had as a family. We've moved several times in our lives, and each time we draw a list of the things that we will take to the next place. It's kind of like having a leave bin and a take bin. When our kids were young, the take bin had a lot more things than the leave bin. And with limited baggage allowance, we had to negotiate more things to go into our leave bin. There were tears letting go some of the sentimental items. This exercise of determining what will go into each bin is important because it's about stewarding what God has given us. And so, as we leave lockdown into a new normal, what's in your leave bin and the take bin? While there have been many challenges, there are also some good things that have come out of the lockdown season. We've learned heaps, haven't we? We've learned that it is important to be able to remember the things that are great and to be able to be stripped of the things that we do not need. We've developed new habits and routines. We've slowed down enough, perhaps to be able to listen to God, connect with others, or just be. We've noticed things that we hadn't noticed before, and perhaps we've had space to be creative. We've hit a reset button in understanding who we are and what drives us. We've learned or been reminded that church is not a building, it's about people. Hea hate mea nui, o te ao he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. I've probably connected more with my family in Kenya in the last 2 months or so than I've done in a while, and we've grown deeper with each other. I've also been aware of what's happening in my neighborhood a little bit more in this season. I think it's worth taking a moment and celebrating all the good things that have been achieved in the last 7 weeks. So as we transition into a new season, I think it's critical right now that we remain focused on the mission, on God's call to love Him with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. The methods might differ, but how we ensure that we remain focused on the big rocks will remain quite important in the next season. I once heard someone say, marry the mission and date the methods. So in the light of this, could I encourage you to draw your list of the things you will leave behind and the things that you will take with you? Maybe leaving behind some programs, leaving behind anxiety or worry or despair or rush or stress, and taking hope and joy and peace and clarity and identity in Christ and innovation and relationships and a new way of doing things. As I've been reflecting on my list of the things that I will leave and I will take, I've been reminded of the story of David in the Bible as he prepared to fight Goliath in 1 Samuel 17. Saul dressed David in his own tunic. He put a coat of armor on him and a bronze helmet on his head. David fastened his sword over his tunic and tried walking around, but he could not because he was not used to them. So he took them off, leave behind, and he took his staff in his hand, chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, put them in the pouch of his shepherd's bag, and with a sling in his hand, he approached Goliath. As we enter the next battleground of what is likely to be a new normal, I think having clarity of what we will take with us on this journey will be helpful. In your desire for normality, don't be quick to take on things you don't need in this new season. God has called you to be you, like He called David, and He will use what is put in your hand for the next season. So, what will you leave behind? And what will you take? What is it that God has given you? Offer it to Him. Share with someone close to you, and may the God of peace equip you with every good thing to do His will in this season. Till we meet next time. Thank you.